What up YouTube? How we feeling today? Hope you're doing great, hope you're doing fantastic. Back with another Division 2 video, and yes, back with the must buys of the week. It's been a minute when I did a video like this, but the new season has started, so let's have a look at the vendors and see what they sell us this week. And there we are guys, at the White House, the named backpack from Alp Summit is for sale with of course perfect tech support on there, but double blues on there. I don't know if you want double blues on your named Alps backpack. If you need it, you could buy it if you have enough money to upgrade in your expertise system. Police UMP 45, too low in rolls to pick up in my opinion. ACR could be a decent buy with a 13.1% assault rifle damage already on there. You can roll that critical hit damage away for some damage to target out of cover because it comes with the measure talent. Pretty decent buy. Police 686. Handgun, go for the open world in my opinion. Backpack from Seska, double yellows on there, skill damage and repair skills. Not a great buy if you ask me. Then over to the chest of Walker and Harris, and this is a must buy. You can change this into anything. In my opinion, roll that talent away for whatever you think is necessary and then optimize the weapon damage to that max cap to have a very, very nice Walker and Harris chest. Definitely a pickup in my opinion. Over to the mods, 4.4% critical hit chance, the 2 extra bombs for your drone, the 4.1% damage for your turret, and at last the 4.9% blast radius for your sticky. And let's jump over to the clan vendor. And there we are guys, at the clan vendor. The Akim's long stick is for sale here, of course, the named marksman rifle with perfect ranger on there. It's not a great buy if you ask me, but if you have the money, definitely pick a few up to roll in your expertise system. Then over to the Aces of Age chest, 11.5% weapon damage, 10.4% critical hit damage, and then of course the talent no limit on there. If you're still looking for an Aces of Age chest, this could be a very nice buy with the 10.4% critical hit damage. Roll a weapon damage to the max cap and optimize the last percentage of the critical hit damage to pick it up. Hardwired could be a lot better, 4k armor generation. It comes with a skill tier, so you always have the chance to craft it. Over to the rigger, same 10.4% critical hit damage on there, but again skill tier, so in my opinion craft it. Then over to the SR1, and this could be a decent buy if you're still looking for it. Maxed out marksman rifle, the only thing you have to do is roll the critical hit damage for some damage to target out of cover, for example, because the reformation could be nice for a skill repair build. Then over to the Tactical Super 90, Sadist on there, but the rest is a little bit too low to pick up. Not loving that swap speed. Over to the Stoner LMG. Maxed out LMG, almost maxed out damage to target out of cover, 14.5% optimal range, and Overwhelm on there. Overwhelm could be a decent talent for LMG, then roll the optimal range away for some damage to armor. You have a pretty decent Stoner. Over to the M700 Tactical. Could be a little bit better if you ask me, because I'm not loving strength. If you want to go with strength, then roll the marksman rifle to the max cap. You only have to optimize the last 2% of damage to target out of cover. Then over to the chest of Empress International with 9.3% skill haste, 4.6% armor generation and skilled on there. I don't know if this is the best one to buy. Over to the backpack of Araldi with 7.9% headshot, 5% critical hit chance, energize on there, but only 11.7% weapon damage. It's too low because I would love to have that energize talent away for something else. The headshot and critical hit chance are pretty decent. So if you're still looking for a backpack like this, pick it up, roll the talent away, optimize the rest. 511 holster. Max out hazard protection, 8.9% explosive resistance, but it isn't a great buy. Not loving the 511 brand set. Over to the mods, 8.7% pulse resistance, the 10.8% critical hit damage, the 11% protection from elites, and the 5.3% skill haste. The only thing that I would buy is the pulse resistance, guys. Yes, these are the new mods that were added to the game, so probably you won't have it yet. And if you want to make a pulse resistance build, this is definitely a mod you need to pick up. Then let's jump over to the theater. And there we are at the theater. The first thing we can pick up is the firm handshake, of course, with the 15% status effect on there. But the rest is just trash in my opinion. If you don't want to play with the firm handshake and you have enough money, definitely pick a few up to roll in expertise system. Then over to the Spaz 12. Could be a lot better as well. Core attributes aren't great and the swap speed isn't the one you're looking for. Lightweight M4, same. Low on rifle damage and stability isn't great. Over to the gloves of Murakami. Rainbow roll and not the greatest, because I don't know if you want that armor regeneration or the critical hit damage on there. In my opinion, leave it here. Knee pads of Fenris. Too low to buy and it has explosive resistance on there, so no thank you. Over to the mods. 8.3% in share resistance, the 4.7% skill haste for your mine, the 4.3% active regeneration for your shield, the 1 extra target for your firefly, and the 6% duration for your decoy. Let's jump over to the campus, shall we? And there we are, guys, at the campus. The new reliable is for sale here, of course, the named LMG with perfectly optimized on there, but the rest is just trash if you ask me. Too low in attributes to pick up. Again, if you don't want to play with this new reliable, you only have to donate 20 of these guns to get it to max expertise. So if you have the money, definitely pick it up. M700 Carbon could be a little bit better in attributes, and First Blood on there, not loving that talent. Stoner LMG, it's a little bit better in the White House, so definitely leave this here. This isn't a great buy. Mask of Hanyu with 7.4% explosive resistance, 10.2% critical hit damage. This could be a decent buy if you roll that explosive resistance away for some skill damage, for example. You could use this on your crit skill build. Then over to the new brand set Uzina. Uzina has the 4k armor regeneration on there, 7.6% skill damage, but only around that 130k armor. It's pretty low, but it could be a nice combo with the armor regeneration, then roll its skill damage away for whatever you think is necessary. Then over to the mods. 16.2% repair skills, 1 extra ammo for your cam launcher, the 4.2% duration for your hive, the 8.5% effect duration for your pulse, and at last the 4.1% duration for your traps. Let's jump over to the DZs and see what they sell us this week. And there we are, guys. DZE's Commando for sale. Of course, the marksman rifle, named one. Perfectly naked as a talent on there, but it's too low in rolls to pick up in my opinion. SR1, same. Too low in attributes to pick up and comes with Sadist. Military M60 comes with Strained, could be decent, but the core attributes and the attribute on there are too low in my opinion to pick up for 101 DZ creds. Mask of Hunter's Fury could be a little bit better, not loving the headshot damage on there, would love to see some crit chance or crit damage. Over to the Aces of Eights with 9.5% critical hit damage on there, could be a decent buy, but in my opinion too expensive to pick up. Then over to the Mask of Araldi, double blues on there, no thank you. Over to the Murakami holster, a rainbow roll, and I don't know if you like this rainbow roll with crit chance and hazard protection on there. I'm leaving it here. Same as the mods, you know my opinion, go for the open world, go for the open world vendors, or just go for the summit, or of course the new countdown mode. Way too expensive in the DZs. Let's jump over to our next DZ. And there we are, guys, DZ South. The named Bellstone Armory backpack is for sale with perfect bloodsucker on there. Could be a decent buy because it has around 130k armor. Almost 4k armor generation, so you can roll the hazard protection away for whatever you think is necessary. It's gonna set you back a few DZ creds, but it could be worth it. Then over to the enhanced PP19, in sync on there, but too low in attributes to pick up if you ask me. AUG A3 CQC, maxed out damage to armor, but the rest is a little bit too low. In sync on there as well, I don't know if you want to pick this up. Then over to the dice rolls, handgun, go for the open world. Backpack of Nego with 7% headshot damage and 10.4% weapon damage. Could be something if you're looking for it, but in my opinion the attributes are too low. Then over to the Nego chest with maxed out critical hit damage. So if you're still looking for it, definitely pick this up. You can roll that core attribute to the max and you have a god rolled chest of Nego. Over to the backpack of 511. You know my opinion about 511, it isn't the greatest brand set, so in my opinion leave it here, especially in the DZs. Same for the chest. Not great rolls, and I'm not loving Braced on there. Over to the mods, and you know my opinion as well. Leave him here, way too expensive to buy. Go for the open world, go for the open world vendors, or farm them in the game modes. Let's jump over to our last DZ. And there we are, guys, last DZ, DZ West, and yes, the rock and roll is for sale here, guys. Definitely pick this up, because as you've seen in, for example, my latest build video, the King Stopper, this ACS 12 is a monster and almost a must-have if you go for the new Heartbreaker set. So if you have the DZ creds, definitely pick it up, and roll the attributes to the max. But this is mainly used to get your stacks proccing for the Heartbreaker gear set, but if you still don't have it, definitely pick it up. Over to the tactical SASG, too low in rolls if you ask me, please leave it here. Military MK17, same, comes with strength, not great for a rifle, and the attributes are too low. Then over to the gloves of Aces of Eights, comes with 6.5% headshot damage. So could be a decent buy because 12.4% weapon damage is pretty decent. You can roll the headshot damage away for whatever you think is necessary. Knee pads from Eclipse Protocol, 6% weapon handling, not great, and it has a skill tier, so always craft it. Then over to the golden gloves. Too low in attributes if you ask me. I'm not loving the combination of skill haste and explosive resistance on there. Knee pads from Overload, double yellow on there, no thank you. Just like the mods, go for the open world, go for the open world vendors, or go for the game modes. It's way too expensive in the DZs. Let's jump over to New York. And there we are, guys, at New York. The C36C is for sale here, but it's a little bit too low in rolls, but it comes with flatline. So if you're still looking for the flatline talent for your ARs, definitely pick it up and roll it into your library. Then over to the M700 Tactical. We've seen this a few times, this vendor reset, and it's still not a great roll. Police MK17, too low in rolls to pick up as well. And steady-handed on there, I don't know if you want that on a rifle. Then over to the Dice Ross, handgun. Go for the open world in my opinion. 511 backpack, not great. Hazard protection and 10.3% skill haste with creeping death on there. Over to the gloves of Araldi with 7.6% skill damage, 4.7% critical hit chance, and 11.3% weapon damage. Could be a decent buy, but in my opinion the attributes are too low. Then over to the mask of RNK with weapon handling and status effect on there. It isn't a great combination. Over to the mods, 4.5% critical hit chance, the 15.8k armor on kill, the 5% skill haste for your mine, the 4 extra charges for your hive, and at last the 4% burn duration for your sticky. Let's jump over to the last New York vendor. And there we are, guys, last vendor of New York. The C36C is for sale here, a little bit low in attributes, but it has all the attributes that you want. And it comes with close and personal. Could be a decent talent. If you want to buy this, if you're looking for it, it's gonna set you back. So in my opinion, please leave it here. Military M60 could be a lot better as well. It comes with unhinged, so that's a pretty decent talent. So if you want to pick it up, in my opinion, roll the critical hit chance away for some damage to armor and optimize the rest. But it's gonna set you back. SCHD 12, too low in rolls to pick up in my opinion. Police 686, maxed out headshot damage, but you know my opinion, not loving to buy the handguns, just go for the open world. Then over to the backpack of Hanu with 8.8% hazard protection, 7.2% skill damage and companion on there. Not loving this combination, in my opinion, leave it here. Over to the gloves of Gilliard. 2 blues, almost 4k armor regeneration, but 15.7k health. The armor is too low to roll the health away, so please leave it here. Mask of RNK, 15.6% repair skills, and again 15.5k health on there. It could be something if you want to go for a repair skills build and roll that health away for whatever you think is necessary. Then over to the mods. 8.5% disorient resistance, the 10% critical hit damage, 1 extra sniper ammo, the 8.5% effect duration for your pulse, and the 5.7% shock radius for your trap. And then let's jump over to our last and newest added vendor in this vendor reset. This is the newest added vendor in the game. This is the countdown vendor. You can find it in New York. If you go to the left from the recalibration station, you can find the countdown requisition station right over here. And you can of course find it in DC as well. And this vendor in DC can be found next to the helipad right over here. You can see Rally Point Omaha, and let's see what the countdown requisition station has to sell for us this week. First thing we can find is the Darkness. This is of course the named marksman rifle with perfectly eyeless on there, but it isn't a great buy. It's a little bit too expensive for the 75 requisition points. Over to the Contractor's Gloves. Of course that 8% damage to armor on there, but the rest isn't great. Maybe you can use it for a skill damage build if you want to use of course the Contractor's Gloves on there. Then you can roll the weapon damage, for example, to skill damage. Over to the Glory Days. This is of course the named P416 with the perfect nearsighted on there, but again it isn't a great buy, too low in rolls, and the rest hasn't changed. Still a named cache, still an optimization cache, the Season 9 Hidden Alliance cache, and of course the exotic cache. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it for today. This was the vendor reset. Of course tomorrow I'm gonna close it off with Cassie Mendoza. Hopefully she sells off some better stuff, and of course maybe some new stuff from the season. For today I would pick up the chest from Walker and Harris. Very nice one. Of course the rock and roll shotgun in the DZs. It comes with that fire rate so you can stack those heartbreaker stacks even faster. And of course the new addition of mods with the pulse resistance. And that's pretty much it guys. Let me know in the comments down below what you picked up. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribers button. And of course the notification bell. PurePrime out!